And then we will have one more thing here. Each region report should have something called region, which will be the information about our country. So let's create another struct called this region detail. It conforms to codable. And this region, we are going to use the ISO and actually not the ISO, the name and the province of each region. So I'll say let name is string, not self, and let province is a string as well. So here we will have let region. This will be a region detail. All right. So everything is ready. One more thing while we are here, I want to do is, because our date is a type of date, I want to create a variable that is going to return a string and will convert our date into a string with specific format that will help us easily display it when the time comes. So we say var formatted date, and it's a string, and this will we take our date and say formatted date and time. The date is going to be abbreviated. Time we don't want to say, because if you have paid attention, there is no time value here, so it's only the date. All right, so this will be our computed value from our date that will return a string, so we don't have to type this all the time. All right, we have all our data structure. Now we can jump to our API service, and instead of returning a array of countries, we are going to return array of region report, not region details, region report, very important. Our report URL we have set, and then we can scroll down, and here I'm going to comment out this part and uncomment this so that we can test if we are getting anything. But remember, we need to pass some kind of ISO this time. So let's go here and say fetch, and we're going to use the last one, fetch report, and I'm going to pass 4. And let's pass, let's see what ISO is, report. Right, and again we are getting back our result. We just passed our ISO here so that we can specifically get that. And this will not be all countries. Let's call this region, and I don't know, let's print region dot let's see what we have here. Let's print the confirmed cases. Let me go back. Actually, this should return an array. Yeah, so we need to access the first one. Or we could just say print, I don't know, region dot count, like we did last time. Anyway, let's so right now we are I can force unwrap for now, or even let's comment everything out here, because we are going to get the print out from here. We are not actually returning anything, so it's not going to be called. Let's run. And let's see what we are getting for Bulgaria that we have passed. So we are accessing the data, all the information. And then we have the extra region, which provides there are no cities, ISO, the longitude and latitude, name, and province is empty. So the data is received correctly, which is good. Let's just comment this out. And I'm going to uncomment the remaining part where we are going to actually decode now. So everything stays same apart from we are decoding all regions dot self. And then let's go back to our report here. All regions have an array of region reports. So if we say all reports, and then I will pass it here dot data, and we should be okay now, because here we are passing a region report. Command P, Command P to see if there are any errors. Oh, it still thinks we want to return a country. Oops, it should be all reports, not all regions. My bad. So let's quickly fix this. All reports, Command B. Okay. And now if we come here and uncomment these and these two lines, replace, and we should be able to. Okay, there is a problem. The data couldn't be read because it isn't in correct format. Okay, so the error fired. Let's go back to our API. And because we know that we are receiving something from our JSON, we need to check our keys. So if I go to report, we have date. Okay, now it's clear why it broke, because if we go to our API, the date is string here, and we're trying to convert it into a date object. So this is what's breaking it. So in order to fix that, we need to tell our decoder that it should look out for any specific date format and convert it into a date object. And the date format here, as you can see, it's year, month, and day. And to do that, we are going to create a date formatter is of date formatter, and then we would say formatter dot date format is equals, and that specific date that we can see is year, y for 4-digit year. Then we have a slash capital M, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the months, and then we have date. So this is very important to get the correct format, otherwise it will not work. So it will not convert this into a date. So this is our month, and this is our day of the month. And finally, we need to tell our decoder to decode, date decoding strategy is going to be equals dot formatted, and we pass our formatter here. And let's try now. This time it should work. Right, so we have the count and the, let's compare the numbers. The confirmed cases look same to me. So our endpoint is working. We were able to get the information, and actually what we can do here is try the date to print it out to see if the formatting is nice. Right, I can see that is 2022-03-10. And let's go back to our report. Not the date I'm printing. We should print formatted date. This was the standard date, and now let's see our formatted one is March 11, 2022, the current date. So so far all our API requests are working properly. So our API service is working, and we are done with this class, and we are done with all our models. So I'm going to select these 3 files and a new group from selection and call this model. And also we can take the API and create a new group from selection and call this networking. And if you want, you can put the custom errors into another folder, call this errors, and we should be done with that as well. So the next step would be setting up our user interface and showing the data that we are receiving from our API.